I wanted to show off my new hat and shirt just to prove that I am a really big Grant Enfinger fan. So, here it is. Also, it's Sprint Series night in America.
Hello everybody, this is AG here and welcome to the Phoenix Raceway in Avondale, Arizona, as we are here for the 5th race of the season in the Wawa Sprint Series. This is a 20-lap event around this 1-mile flat oval, and it is the first official chassis type short track of the season. Now that really isn't going to affect these guys too much today. It will with the Cup Series on Saturday, but with that being said, it might be a little bit difficult to make moves, so this may be one of the first times we will see this season where these sign-ups mean quite a bit to how well you finish, and that might have been why these sign-ups went so fast. I just now thought of that. Luna, first driver to sign up last Wednesday night. She starts on the pole to the inside of Trey Bartow, and I'm joined alongside Trey Bartow's owner for this race, Nathan Stapleton. Nathan, what do you need to do to win here at Phoenix, especially if you're starting deeper in the field? This is only a 20-lap race. Do you give any chance to those guys in the back if they have an opportunity?
Well, Phoenix is the first short track on the schedule. It's a 1-mile track, but it races a lot like the short track. So I think if you want to make some passes, you might have to put the bumper to someone to move them out of the way and take that position. I think that position is going to be very important, hence why I think, like you said, slashes by really fast. I think probably the top 8, top 10 will have a lot better shot than the last 10, but who knows, maybe we get a caution, maybe we get some crazy racing, and maybe someone outside the top 10 can get inside the top 10 and in that top 4, but it's going to be tough, and I have to see what happens here in Phoenix.
We'll just have to see how it all goes down. Very intrigued to see how this one goes, especially on Saturday. This is going to be one of those races where I feel like the ratings are really going to come into play. But either way, we got 20 drivers in the field. This is the first race this season where none of the drivers have yet to make a start in the Wawa Sprint Series. All 20 of the drivers in the field have made a Sprint Series start already this season, which is going to make the championship very interesting. And speaking of the championship, you see the points right there on your screen. Benny Moore still the points leader by 15 points ahead of Jim Vincent left. Trey Bartow, 18 points behind. Sam at Oskin in this race, he's 22 points behind. And then Avery Alford, 5th in the point standings, 25 points behind. All 5 of those drivers in this race here today. However, the driver who won last week at Las Vegas, Will Parrish, not in this race here today. It's the first time he has not made it in a Sprint Series event, so we're going to have to see how that affects the championship standings. Like I mentioned, Luna and Trey Bartow on the front row. We got the 83, which is Skylar Taylor this week, and the 33 of Cameron Lassard. 85 there is Philip Torres alongside Avery Alford in the 96. The 40 machine there of Benny Moore to the inside, or to the inside of Joe Rakowski in the 74. Jacob Walker there in the 78. The 02 machine is Emily Bull. We got the 75 of Bruno Diacomo. The 07 of Jim Vincent left. The 7 machine is Cole Raymond. 00 there of Chad Gronkowski. The 4 machine of Luis Rodriguez. The 56 machine of Tyree Cartman. 60 of Mason Wood back behind the wheel. Not Mason Brown, but Mason Wood. Different Mason there. And then you got the 05 there of Dale Johnson the second. 01 machine, Nathan Baird back behind the wheel, and Sam Oskin in the 77. Let's go ahead and get these guys to roll off here from Phoenix. Luna with a great opportunity here, and Trinity River Racing with a great opportunity to maybe get their first win of the season here in the Wawa Sprint Series. Of course, the Trinity River cars have started up front in a lot of these Sprint Series races this season, but they've yet to go to victory lane. Nathan, do you think they're going to go to victory lane here today, or will it be somebody else getting it done here in this 20-lap event from Phoenix?
Well, it's going to be tough to pass, I believe, here at Phoenix Raceway, and I think it's going to be the 5th place driver. I think it's going to be the number 85 getting the job done here in for Sprint Series 9 and Sprint Series 9 in America.
Sprint Series 9 in America.
It's
an easy thing to say.
Nothing's easy for me to say.
That's Philip Torres there in the 85 machine. Great opportunity for him. And number 85 for Harrisville Motorsports, but all these guys starting top 6, I think, have a good opportunity, including Lona and Trey Bartow. Here we go. Pace cars down the pit lane. We're green flag racing in the desert. The final race of the West Coast Sweep is underway. And Good jump there out of Lunalona, but Trey Barger trying to hang tough in the outside lane. It's a wide sweep here in the turn number 1 and turn 2. And there goes Philip Torres 3 wide to the inside. And he lost the grip there on the inside lane just a little bit, and Barjo may clear here for the second position. A bump there between him and Skylar Taylor. And this is allowing the 45 of Lunalona to pull away here at the Phoenix Raceway. You got the 85 of Philip Torres trying to cut the dog leg and get that run on Trey Barjo, but Barjo looks like he will clear for, no, not quite. Philip Torres has the advantage right here.
What a dive bomb into turn 1 and 2 for the number 85, and we talked about of how we might see some bumps for position. The ball got bumped a couple of times and he's stuck on that outside lane. Don't know of how well that will work out for him. Don't know of how well the outside lane will work, but how about the 45? It's absolutely gone. Lunalona out of here, and he loves what's going on from second on back.
Yeah, she had a really good run there at the start. I mean, all those guys battling for second is what allowed her to pull away there right at the start of the race. Of course, top 4 finishers will race on Saturday in the Castrol 500K here from the Phoenix Raceway. Philip Torres going to finally clear Trey Barger. Here comes Avery Alford in the 96, Barjo's teammate right there at NS Racing. I know you love to see both of your drivers make it in to the Phoenix race in the Cup Series, but Barjo kind of still stuck in that outside lane and falling back there. Here comes the 75 of Bruno Di Giacomo in the number 75 machine for Appalachia Motorsports. Great opportunity for him to have a shot in the Cup Series. Of course, at Phoenix last week, we saw those Sprint Series drivers run really well in the Cup Series. So these guys fighting for an opportunity at a possible Cup race victory. We'll have to see here. Philip Torres can close in on Lunalona. We'll have to see if we can keep it clean in this race. We've seen these guys kind of slide around there off of turn 2 a little bit.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting if anyone can catch up with Lunalona, and I would love to have both my cars in. I think for almost every race, one NS Racing Sprint Series cars made it. Right now, one of them wouldn't make it as of now, and the number 96. But the 96 is catching with the 85 for potentially second place.
Philip Torres is also closing in on Lunalona for the race lead here. Now down to 0.6 of a second. Lona had a second lead not too long ago. Let's see if she can hold it off. Now, this race does not have any pit stops, and that's really going to come into effect here for these races. We have Circuit of the Americas coming up in 2 weeks. That race is really going to be determined on who signs up first, I do believe. But it's not a guarantee that Lona's going to pull away with this one. Philip Torres closed in a little bit once again. He's just got to chip away here with 14 laps to go here in the Sprint Series at Phoenix. With Avery Alford looking pretty quick here in the number 96 machine, and Bruno Di Giacomo there in the 75. Giacomo. I don't need to say it twice. Bruno Di Giacomo in the 75 machine. Kind of hanging on here to this last transfer position right now. Bartow and Rutkowski battling there. Of course, Bartow with an opportunity at closing in on the points lead. Benny Moore in this race in the number 40. And he's currently top 10. And it looks like the way things currently run, he will hold on to the points lead heading into our next race. Good run there for Benny Moore as Philip Torres continues to close in lap by lap here on Lunalona.
Yeah, this is the thing about Phoenix. This 45, that's not the first time that she has kind of ran low off turn 4 and won the dog leg down the front stretch. But every time she does that, that allows Philip Torres to catch up, and it's one thing to catch up to someone, but it's another thing to pass them, especially here at Phoenix, because on the long run, it can get a little bit difficult to pass as once again a 45 runs low off turn 4.
Yeah, very different strategies through that dog leg between Lunalona and Philip Torres. Lona trying to cut it, and Torres kind of getting that run off the wall there. But you are 100% right about it's one thing to catch a guy, it's another thing to pass them here at the Phoenix Raceway. And Philip Torres right on the back bumper of Lunalona here, so we're going to be halfway through this Sprint Series race at Phoenix. I think this 85 is going to find a way around this 45, however. Philip Torres looks really quick. But I'd watch out for Avery Alford as well in this 96 machine. He's right here, going to try to shoot to the outside in turns 1 and 2. But Torres with a good shot here, a good run off the exit of turn 2. I don't think he's going to have enough of a momentum to power it down into turn 3. But all 4 of these guys now on each other here, as Giacomo in the 75 might have a shot on Alford.
I don't like the 45 being on one in that interesting line off turn 4 because Torres keeps on getting faster and faster, especially off turn number 4. And if the 85 somehow gets a good enough one off turn 4, could maybe cut to the inside into turn 1, and the 75 is way wide, almost in the third or fourth lane, and the 96 trying to one of the high side. Now the 85 trying to do the same lane as the 45, trying to draft down the front stretch here.
Avery Alford trying to get something to go his way to catch up to Philip Torres, but Bruno Giacomo, they're going to take third away from Alford. And this is something that we're going to see, and like this is what I mean when I say I think the ratings are going to really come into effect on Saturday in the Castrol 500K, because you can see how difficult it is to pass here at the Phoenix Raceway. This isn't the old 2011 version of this track anymore. This is a completely different and much more nuanced racetrack, but either way, it's still going to be fascinating to see how Saturday's race goes down, because, you know, all this guy's going to have different ratings, and we're 6 ratings days in. So those numbers are starting to look quite different from one another. Giacomo's trying to get to this 96, but he's got to be careful not to let his teammate there, Joe Rutkowski, kind of take that last transfer spot away. Meanwhile, Luna Lona pulling back away from Philip Torres. She may go wire to wire here. That might be the first time, I think. It would be the first time a driver would have done that this season here in the Wawa Sprint Series. Of course, it's no surprise that it's happening here. Good battle here about Chad Gronkowski in the 00. He's moved up quite a bit, looking for 6. He may not be able to get the transfer spot for the Cup race, but it'll be a decent amount of points for him if he can get it done. And Rutkowski going for that last transfer spot right there with 5 laps to go here at Phoenix.
Completely good for Luna Lona to get his Sprint Series win, but how about Rutkowski with a great going forward, blows past the 75, his teammate, and now he's in the final transfer spot, but I think the 75 is going to try to challenge on that top side.
Oh yeah, Giacomo's going to have a run up there. Let's see what Rutkowski can do here. Will he cut the dog leg? He will. They're still side by side there for that transfer spot, and they got to be careful. Chad Gronkowski here in the 00 could steal one. Make it in the Saturday's race, but Rutkowski doing all he can to get this run on the inside of his teammate. But Giacomo's doing an excellent job on that outside lane. I'm sure these Cup guys are watching this right now and seeing what's going on, because that outside lane seems to have quite a bit going for it, a lot like Auto Club was a couple weeks ago. But Rutkowski there, all he's got to do is beat that 75 at the line for the position. He doesn't have to completely make the pass here. And now you got Skylar Taylor on Gronkowski in the 00 as Rutkowski gets around Giacomo there for 4th. And for that last transfer position, so he was able to make that work. Meanwhile, Luna Lona with 2 laps to go here at Phoenix, looking to steal this win away. Lead every single lap here in the Sprint Series. And these guys are spread out quite a bit. You see Luis Rodriguez there, last driver on the racetrack, almost 7 seconds off the race leader, 19 laps in. It's a very fascinating racetrack, but I'm looking forward to Saturday's race and seeing what happens with 40 cars on the racetrack and a cycle of pit stops. White flag in the air here in the Wawa Sprint Series for Luna Lona and Trinity River Racing.
So on the pole, thought maybe the 85 of Philip Torres had something in the middle of the one, but I don't think that's the case. In the 45, Luna Lona down the backstretch for the final time. It's going to most likely take this one here at Phoenix.
Luna Lona, it's going to be her first career win. Now that is a streak we have had in every race so far this season. Lona gets it done at Phoenix. Philip Torres, Avery Alford, and Joe Rutkowski will be racing on Saturday in the Castrol 500K in the Wawa Cup Series. So that is the 5th straight race in the series. Each of the 5 races so far this season have been won by a driver winning their first career race on the channel. And Luna Lona has just pulled that off here in the Wawa Sprint Series at Phoenix. And signing up right there, number 1, is what got her that race victory. Now granted, I don't think we anticipated there being the battle that we saw for second there right after the start of the race. But that is what occurred. And Luna Lona able to pull away, and Philip Torres just could not get around her there. But Philip Torres will be in the Cup race, same with Avery Alford and Joe Rutkowski. Very fascinating race. What do you expect in the 78-lap event that we will see on Saturday? We're going to have 40 cars out there. There's going to be a little bit more of a differential in the ratings, and there will be a cycle of pit stops as well. I don't think we're going to see a wire-to-wire win out of a driver. Do you?
As much as I would love to say that, I don't think that's going to happen. 40 drivers, 78 laps, that's a long race. A lot longer than this one being only 20 laps. I don't think someone will go wire to wire. Gonna be interesting on what ends up happening with 40 cars versus 20 at the start, because we saw at the start for the first 3 laps or so, they were 3 wide. So I think it's gonna be very crazy at the start, and then eventually they will calm it back down. But it's gonna be interesting to see with more cars on track, will the outside lane still be just as strong, and it'll be kind of a even 2-lane racetrack, or will it be more dominated by the inside lane with only with 40 cars on track versus 20? We have to wait and see. Also, I just want to say there's a nice little turn on Major either channel, where wherever I'm in the booth, either the person I pick has good luck or bad luck. Well, in this case, Philip Torres from 5th spot got 2nd and made it to the show. So, good job, A5. We got the good luck of the big staple here.
Yeah, we'll have to see how well he does in the Cup race on Saturday. And speaking of which, you'll see the starting lineup there for the Castrol 500K on the right-hand side of your screen. And sign-ups for next week's race at the Rockingham Speedway, a bit of a different mile-long racetrack out on the East Coast next week. That'll be a fun one where I don't think where you start is going to be quite as much. It's going to be a bit of a longer race as well, closer to 25. I think it is a 25-lapper there at the Rock next Wednesday night. Thank you guys so much for watching once again. Congratulations to Luna Lona for grabbing the race victory here at Phoenix. And we'll see you guys on Saturday for the Castrol 500K here in the Wawa Sprint Series. Thank you guys so much for watching once again, and I will see you guys later.